do stuff for your friends without keeping a record of it. Very rare do you really serve your friend. I'm getting ready to say something that's crazy. This is how we think. As we jump into a new series this month entitled, Can You Relate? Can you relate? We're going to be talking about relationships this month, different types of relationships. But today, we're going to focus on friendships. And so this morning at the 8 o'clock service, we already started part 1. And so we were talking about friendships and how in order to be a good friend or yourself or from your friends, you need loyalty. Number one, you got to have loyalty. You need somebody who's going to be there with you through thick and thin, through the good times, the low times, when things are going good and riding high, when things ain't so good, they're going to be there with you. We talked a little bit about consistency, right? That person that's just always there. You know how they're going to show up. You know the energy they're going to bring. And so we talked about those things at 8 o'clock. And so at 10, we're going to jump into some more things. I want to start off today again with our opening scripture, which is Ecclesiastes chapter 4. Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verses 9 and 10. And it reads, 2 people are better off than one, for they can help each other succeed. If one person falls, the other can reach out and help. But someone who falls alone is in real trouble. And so again, I just believe that's just a great companionship scripture and talking about friends. And so as we talking today, I want to jump right into our first point, which is sacrifice. In order to be a good friend, you got to know how to sacrifice. And I don't know if we correlate a lot of times friendship and sacrifice. I don't know if we correlate friendship and sacrifice. A lot of times when we looking for friends, we ain't looking for what we going to have to give up in the friendship. When you're looking for a friend, you're looking for somebody that's, again, we talking about somebody that's going to elevate us, somebody that's going to push us, somebody that's going to hold us accountable. Well, these are the things we should look for. And many times we look for people who we going to have fun with, people we can laugh and have a good time. You know, that's easy. You really don't have to look for that. That kind of just finds you, you know. But you should look for people that's going to, like you said, push you, not let you settle, not let you stay in dysfunction. We talked about some of that this morning. People that's going to elevate you and not let you stay right where you are. But you should look for people who, once again, want to see you have good character and integrity and people that's going to push you higher. But also, it's sacrifice. Y'all, if you're going to be a good friend, you have to sacrifice. Real friendship costs time, comfort, and sometimes pride. Real friendships cost time, comfort, and sometimes pride. So, Bernard, what's the biggest sacrifice that you feel like you've made for a friend? What's the biggest sacrifice you think you've made for a friend?
I would say time, because I'm always a help person. Okay. I want to help. I want to solve. So when I say that, it's taking away time from family, taking away time from wifey. You know, it's like, I feel like I want that. It's like, you understand the type, talking about my spouse, you understand the type of person I am. Okay. I want my friend to understand the type. So I just be open and honest with some of my friends know what I'm not gonna do. I don't do manual labor. Don't ask me to help you move. Don't ask me, that's just not me, because of I don't do manual labor. So I truly believe just that time, because that's something you can't get back. And I know a lot of people say, don't waste my time. But if you sitting with somebody who's going through something and they need your time, that's not wasted. That's not wasted. You might feel it's wasted because what you're telling them, they're not getting it or they're not doing it, but it's still, when the light bulb comes on, it's not wasted time. To me, it's time. That's
good. Was there a moment you realized a friendship was one-sided?
Yes. And I'm going to be honest, it was on me.
Okay.
I had a friend in the military, good dude. You know, I didn't know how to keep my finances together. He knew about finance, you know, he had finances. So we go out, he would foot the bill. But I was the laugh of the thing, you know. So I felt like I'm giving up, but borrowed some money. messed up, borrowed some. No, I borrowed from him. Didn't pay back. As you said, not ghosted, but that friend, and it messed me up because I said, I'm not that type of person, but I allowed myself to be that type of person. So I tried to apologize. I did apologize, but that friendship never came back. But that was my dude. I mean, that was, and to this day, it still bothers me a little bit because that was my dude. I mean, we did the dirt. We did the dirt. We were Cowboys friend. I mean, he was Redskin. It was like, so it's like I was that person that made it one-sided. But there are also friendships that I had that was one-sided that someone had to tell me it was one-sided. Okay. Because you feel like you helping. You feel like you're doing everything, I'm just trying to, no. It's one-sided, okay. So.
That's good. I didn't give y'all my scripture for sacrifice. John chapter 15 and 13 says, there's no greater love than to lay down one's life for one's friend. There's no greater love than to lay down one's life for one's friend. I wonder how many of y'all out there willing to die for your friend. I know we talk about our wives and our husbands. This right here don't say wife and husband, though. This say there's no greater love than to lay down one's life for one's friends. That's what I said. Real quick, Danny, real quick. In your world, how do you balance business relationships versus real relationships? How do you balance business relationships versus your real relationships?
That I've just now starting to have to experience that. Okay. And it's rough. Okay. My dad, he warned me. He told me, you can be friends with people, but you have to, like I said, you have to separate friendship and business. And, I thought I would listen to him, but I quickly learned that I didn't, because as soon as somebody, we had to let somebody go, it hurt. Like it really hurt. And I was like, man, Dad, I don't know. I had to leave work. Like, I couldn't take it. So learning to balance business relationships and friendships, it's, honestly, I can't even say I mastered it. I think I'm still learning. And I feel like it's an everyday process. Some things it's hard to understand. Like, how can I be your friend right now and we joke and laugh, but I can't be your friend outside of work, or I'm not your friend outside of work. This is strictly business. It's how can I have a good time? I spend all my time here at the dealership with you, but then, after the 12-hour shift or whatever, I don't speak to you. And then the next day we come back, kumbaya, right back to it. But outside of business, I'll never speak to you. How can you build that relationship? You guys tell me, because you guys, you would tell me a little, because I'm still learning. I don't know how to balance it. I'm learning.
I think for me, if it's a working relationship, it's a working relationship.
Right.
Yeah. So if we have a working relationship, there are no expectations for us to hang out outside of the dealership, right, or outside of the church, or outside of, because it's a working relationship. So you can have working relationships, then you got friendships, right. Like, so if you in the dealership and it's somebody, you sound like you just have a good culture and you got great employees, or just great staff employees, or great organization where y'all going to work and y'all feel like y'all friends, y'all having a good time, y'all getting y'all business, y'all getting y'all work done, but everybody the culture is healthy.
Correct.
Right? Y'all got a healthy culture. So, like you said, we having a great time in the office, this, that, and the third, but after work, it's after work. Right? So y'all have working relationships. And I don't think anything's wrong with it. So I don't think you have to have a relationship with people at work outside of work. Now, if you have people who work with you who are also your friends, then it's like Bishop used to teach us, it's a hat thing. No different than Bishop and I. You said you and your sister and all that, right? Sometimes it's brother, sister. Just like for me and Dr. Kimberly. Sometimes it's brother and sister. Then sometimes we got to put hat on where it's pastor, executive pastor. And so that's when you got to understand, or even with Bishop and I, sometimes it's bishop pastor, sometimes it's daddy son. And we make it clear. So like if I get on the phone and he say hello and I say, hey Bishop, he know what hat I got on. He know right now I got on pastor hat. I'm going to ask you a ministry question or a pastoral question. But if he answer the phone, he say, hey man, and I say, hey daddy, then he know right then this ain't got nothing to do with church. I'm calling it as a son. And so that's just a switching of the hats. And it's a lot of gray area there. You know, as you probably know, working in family, so that real life and work life, if it's the same people, if it's both in work and in life, then it becomes great. And then that's just a hat switch. Absolutely. Staying with the sacrifice. You talked about sacrificing time, right? So time management. In order to sacrifice time, you have to be willing to disrupt your schedule when they have a genuine need. Exactly what you were saying. If somebody going through something and they ain't wasting your time, that's time that you got to sacrifice. Don't look at it as wasted time. It's sacrificial time. You're sacrificing this time to sit with a friend who needs you to just be with them. They just need you to be with them. I tell people all the time, man, I really believe we living in a selfish generation. We're living in a selfish generation. We do not like to sacrifice, which is why I believe a lot of our friendships suffer, because we don't like to sacrifice. We selfish. If it don't benefit us, we ain't trying to do it. If we can't see how it's going to go our way, we ain't trying. I tell people all the time, back in the day, you could catch a ride with somebody and you ask somebody for a ride right now if you're not going in their direction. See, like, I give you a ride if you going the way I'm going. Shoot, you going that way, I'm going this way, they ain't trying to give you no ride. Because why? They don't want to that's a sacrifice. And see, we only sacrifice. See, I'm getting ready to say something that's crazy. This is how we think. We only sacrifice when it ain't a sacrifice. It's like we think we sacrifice. Like you ain't. It's like, man, and we think we did so much because you gave somebody a ride. Man, you dropped me off. It was 2 minutes from. But you wouldn't do it if it was in a total opposite direction, because we don't really like to sacrifice. And so I think in today's time, I really do feel like we think we're doing things for our friends, and sometimes we do, but it ain't really a sacrifice. Because honestly, we not doing things that make us sacrifice. To your point, the time. If somebody got something, if I can make it work when you need to do it, 10 o'clock, can you do 11? Can you do? No, man, I'm hurt right now. I need you to call, sacrifice, cancel, put something back, move something around for me. Sacrifice for me. If you my friend, a real friend. We talking about friendships, y'all. We ain't just talking about just like you were talking about associates and this and that there. We talking about friendships today. And I need you right now. Can you drop what you got going on and be with me? That's sacrifice. Active listening. Set aside your own stories and opinions to really hear theirs. Sacrifice. I'm just laying out some examples of sacrifice in a friendship. Stop trying to dominate.
Yeah. That's right.
And just hear me out. Even if what I'm saying don't make no sense, it ain't right, just let me get it off. Sacrifice, man, like you don't got that. I know. Then when I finish, then maybe give me a story. Then tell me about your opinion or but sacrifice, like you don't got to tell me all your stories. Let me have time. Practical help. Look for tangible ways to serve. Look for tangible ways to serve. And that's one thing we don't do with friendships a lot either in this day and time. That I see a big difference in. When I look back, in my parents' time, man, they served each other. You go to your neighbor house, get this, get that. A lot of us now in the neighborhood, you don't have talk to your neighbors. You might hi and bye, but I don't talk to you long enough to really go there and say, hey man, I don't got no eggs. Can I get some eggs? Or even if it won't stuff like that, you go and borrow the man's tools or to rake the leaves, the lawnmower. We serve one another. We don't serve each other no more. It's very rare do you really serve your friend. Make sure they got what they need. Look for, check on them, call them. Man, how you doing? No, really, it's crazy. My friend group, we just started doing that. That's how I know we getting older. Everybody getting old. We ain't 20 no more. When we were 20, oh man, nobody ever called and said, man, I'm just checking on you, man, see how you doing, check on your well-being. Yeah. But now everybody, not everybody, but a few of us that had some surgeries. We been had some real talks about how body feeling. I turned 40 last year, so it's like, we getting older. We start talking about that type of stuff. And then we noticed the friend group started, hey man, y'all all right? Ain't heard from everybody in a while, man. How y'all doing? Everybody holding up? Everybody good? Everybody straight? Everybody text, I'm good, or throw one up for me, or this, that. We starting to check on people because, the older you get, I will say too, you realize you realize how real life is. When you young, man, you just going through life, you ain't paying attention. You take for granted that they ain't gonna be there, Vernard gonna be there. I'm gonna see him tomorrow, I see him next week, or I see him next month. The older you get, you start to realize, like, I don't know. I need to see how he doing. And not that I know anything or think anything. I just know how I'm doing too. I just want to check on everybody because I know how life can get. We got to be willing to serve each other. And now I'm dominating. Y'all got anything y'all got anything?
I ain't want to say nothing. You say I talk too much, but you the pastor. I can't say that. You the pastor.
Jump in, man. Jump in. But serve, man. Bring a meal. Well, you say you don't do no physical labor, but help move. And listen, and I done got there too. We used to help each other move too. Same thing. We used to do that, but in our friend group, we done told everybody that too. In fact, one of my friends just moved, and we told him go ahead and call 2 brothers in a truck or whoever you gonna call because I just tell you, I turned 40. I'm not taking no more dresses up, no steps, and But we did all that type of stuff. You've done it before.
Yeah, I've done it before.
We've all
That's
done
right.
it. Because friends serve each other, running an errand, pick somebody up, be willing, give a helping hand. Be willing to do some things that you may not ordinarily do.
Pastor, can I jump in?
Yes, please.
When you saying serving and stuff like that, if you ask me something and I know I can't do it, but I say, hey, check this out, I can send. I have a resource. Don't get mad at. I'm sending the resource. Like you said about the moving. No, bro, I pitch in on it. I give you a few because I don't want to drop none of your stuff. I don't want to, So it's like as you get older, you start thinking about more practical and easier way to do stuff. So that's it.
Work smarter, not harder.
Work smarter, not harder.
Absolutely. Then I'm going to say this, y'all. Give without keeping a scoreboard.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do stuff for your friends without keeping a record of it. Y'all go out to lunch, and somebody paid last time, shoot. They ain't, it's like, I paid last time. What that mean? And I get it, like, you don't want nobody always doing or whatever, but don't be that person that's just, like, record keeping. Yeah. Because why are you doing it? If you record keeping now, I'm wondering why you doing it. Did you do it just out of the kindness of your heart? It's just God just dropped it on you, man. Pay for lunch today, man, or, whatever it was. Yeah. Do what you doing just because that's your homie. I'm not looking for anything in return. I'm not looking for a payback. I'm not in the next conversation or when we going down, I'm not throwing back in your face what I did. Well, you remember I paid for 2-3 lunch, or you remember, when you was moving, you remember I went and, why you bringing it back? Why are you bringing it back up?
That depends on also the type of relationship you have with that friend. Because sometimes if you have a friend, y'all just joke all the time. It's like, hey, Doc, you.
But I'm saying, if that's y'all.
Correct. That's the vibe. Correct. But I still understand what you're saying.
Yeah, that's the vibe. Absolutely, 100%. I mean, everybody got a little joke. How we doing, and say, if that's how y'all do, that's how y'all do. Yeah. But there are some people who, no, they keeping record.
That's right.
And they will continue to throw it in your face about what they've done for you. And I'm saying, if you continue throwing something in somebody's face about what you've done for them, then I think you need to check your heart about why you're doing what you're doing. Are you doing it because that's your friend and you love them and how much they mean to you and that's just y'all's relationship? Or why are you really doing it?
Yeah, I think, looking at that, because I thought about it in the last point that you had, looking like when you said we're reteaching, I think that's part of our culture as a human race right now is a reward for whatever you do. I mean, it starts in elementary school. I keep a green light. I know I'm going to get a piece of candy at the end of the week. If I help you for however long, you may help me in the future. There has to be a reason for what. And that's just how we've been brought up. I can't attest to how when before me were brought up, but I know brought up that's something that you're almost groomed to understand is if I do this, I will get this. I'm not doing it because it's right, or I'm not doing it because it's the right thing to do, or because I feel like, or God, like you said, God is, putting on my heart to do it. I'm doing it because there's something for me in the future if I do it. And so,
that's real good. That's real good. I think you're exactly right. We've been trained that there should be a reward for me doing the right thing. And that's crazy. No, you're supposed to do the right thing because it's the right thing. I agree with you, but it's how we've been trained. It's how we've been taught. If you do this, you receive this, and you do. But that's not in friendship. Like I said, friendships you do because you want to.
Right.
That's my friend. I'm stopping. I'm on the way to my friend's house. I'm getting something to eat. I might stop and get something extra. I ain't even call him. He might not want it. But it's just, man, I'm going to the house. They having a party. Bring some drinks.
Soda.
Soda. You're right. For some people, I gotta be specific. Yeah, little juice, Coca-Cola, ginger ale. Bring the ice. Play. But it's just like just serve, y'all. Just do the right thing because it's who you are. That's what's in your heart. I don't want to come empty-handed. It's like if I know, or if your friend is the house that y'all always over, y'all play pool around there, y'all play cards around there, y'all always eat. Because I ain't saying you got to do it every time. Sometimes that person just might like hosting. They like hosting. But I'm saying that you done been around there 5-10 times, man, you ain't gonna never bring no chips. Right. Just cause they got to ask you, they got to say, hey man, y'all bring. No, they shouldn't have to ask. They shouldn't have to ask that.
It's amazing you say that, Pastor. I have a neighbor, I call him my friend. He loves to grill. Okay. This brother got a huge grill. He'll just call and say, hey, Hines, put meat on the grill. So I even though he never asked, in my mind, I go to the grocery store and pick up and put it in, hey man, put this in the freezer. For whenever I just don't want to be that one that just want to keep coming. How many
steaks you gonna eat? Yeah. Before you click and say,
yeah, right.
Bring a steak.
Bring something. Here. So I just bring something and say, hey man, you ain't got to do that. I don't, man, put it in your freezer, man. Cook it when you cook all the time.
See what I'm saying?
Correct.
That's all it is. That's all it is. Let's see. Let's move on to our last point. Our last point. If we're gonna be good friends, we have to have consistent encouragement. Consistent encouragement. 1 Thessalonians 5:11 says, so encourage each other and build each other up, just as you are already doing. So life is draining, and a great friend acts as a consistent source of spiritual and emotional refueling. You should leave a conversation with a true friend feeling lighter and more capable than when you started. So encouragement. Do y'all, I start with you. Because I feel like in today's time, we not quick to just that. Encourage, uplift, say we proud of. you know, just pour positivity, man. I don't think we quick to pour positivity and encouragement and uplift, and just acknowledge that we proud of, you know, what somebody's doing, or, you know, what do you think about that? Do you think that, or do you disagree? Do you see it? Because maybe I just don't see it. So where do you see that today?
I actually agree with you on that. It seems, like you said, I feel like people are a lot quicker, and almost it's like they enjoy pointing out the negative before they'll say congratulations or good job or keep pushing, you know, something. It's again, like you said, like my friend that I was talking about, we're starting to get a little older now, so he'll text me every now and then, like, we won't talk for a month, but he'll just be like, man, I'm proud of you, love you. You know, that's it. And I'm proud of you too, you know, love you. And but it's not common, you know. Yeah, it's most people, yeah, they're gonna point out, and they might not even point it out to you, like you said, they might point it out to other people and say, hey man, he's doing this, you know, whatever. But yeah, I feel like it's more common, and like I said, almost more pleasing for people to point out the negative, or maybe that's just because it stands out so much. It's just, you know, there's a lot more negative, I feel, going on, or negative energy, than there is positive energy, you know, flowing. And, you know, it's probably, yeah, like I said, it's more pleasing. I don't know.
I agree with that. What you think?
I think when I was in my lowest point, I felt nobody was there.
Right.
Whether they were or not, that's how I felt. So now I try my best to be an encourager to people. You know, even in the book, I wrote the book for encouraging. I'm an encourager now because I know how it feels to not have that. 2 years ago, when my cousin died by suicide, he was the encourager of the family, but who was encouraging him? So that stuck in my mind. I'm a encourage. Hey, how you doing? What's going on? Hey, I'm here for. And when I tell folks I'm here for you, I'm here for you. Yeah. Now, if you call me and something going on in my mind, I can't. Then I still have resources I can get you to. But we can't just be superficial when people say they're going through something. Man, I just pray for you, man. I'm praying for you, man. Just sometimes just ask.
Because you know what I learned too? You know what I learned?
What's that?
When that happens, when you tell somebody whatever and they say, I'm praying for you, you know what I realized?
What's that?
That's the prayer. No, most times that's the prayer.
Correct.
I don't you know, a lot of times they ain't going back. They ain't got you on their mind when they at the end of the day.
That's why God need read receipts. That's why he need
read
send it to the person like, they ain't praying for you. Read receipts. That's what he need. Okay, I like that.
That's good. God need read receipts. That's good. I need to see that he.
Send it to the people.
They ain't did that. That's good. But I agree, y'all. We gotta celebrate wins. Be your friend's loudest cheerleader when they succeed without letting envy get in the way. Remember we talked about that a little that might have been in the 8 o'clock service. We talked about, you know, that competitiveness, you know, in friendships. Celebrate your friends without letting envy get in the way. That's like, I think that sometimes subtly, you know, you can have your own little feelings, you know, and that's what, because, listen, it got to be something, Danny, that's keeping our generation from wanting to say, hey, man, proud of you, man, keep going. Hey, man, I see what you're doing, man. Like, man, I like what you're doing, man. Like, keep going. Don't let nothing distract you. It's something that prevents us from doing that. Either it's just a lack of know-how, like I said, and which is why we're talking about it today. So, you know, it's either a lack of know-how or a lack of knowledge, or it's something within us that's keeping us from saying, you know, if I'm proud of you, that mean, you know, for some of us, we feel like that mean we ain't doing nothing. Like, I can't push you and say, hey, man, like, I like what you're doing, keep going, because for some of us, it make us feel like, you know, if I'm pushing you, then it make me feel like I'm a little less than. And so it's an insecurity piece that we got to get past, because if you feel that way, then, it's holding you back from, again, encouraging a true friend of yours.
And that's being honest with yourself. If you see it, and it does give you find out why. And that's in the comedy community. When you see people on flyers and they doing this, and you like, wow. But what we have learned is the flyer looks good. it might be a rinky-dink play. So you get mad behind a flyer.
Yeah.
So you have to really say to yourself, why am I getting mad? Or what am I doing to help myself? So yeah.
Man, Bishop used to tell a story. Y'all remember when they used to have Homerama and all the new houses and stuff? Bishop used to tell the story. He'd be walking through the houses and stuff, and then, you know, you go in the back, and the Homerama was always the new houses, the big houses and stuff. It was all elaborate. People just walked through just to see the houses. And so, you know, they would have TVs in the bathroom, mirror, and all that. Bishop said he would be walking through the house. Man, you don't need no TV in the bathroom mirror and all, because you don't got no TV in the bathroom mirror. You know, it's just, and I think, you know, again, you got to learn, and he realized it, you know, or he would acknowledge that, you know, before he started preaching on TV, he felt the way about TV preachers, people who were teaching on preachers who were teaching on TV. He always felt the way, or would say, man, look, that ain't right, this ain't right, boom, boom, boom. And Elder pointed out to him, you realize you don't like nobody that preach on TV. And it was nothing but because he went on TV. And so it's just your own insecurities. And I think that we got to acknowledge that. Just be self-aware, you know, of why you feel a certain type of way when a friend may have an achievement, or, you know, something may be going on in their life, and you feel a little way to encourage them or support them or be proud of them. I agree with you. If that makes you feel a way, you got to do a heart check. Yeah. You got to do a heart check. You got to be able to celebrate each other's wins without letting envy get in the way. Also, under encouragement, call out potential. Call out potential. Remind your friends of their strengths and gifts when they feel discouraged. And again, that takes, you can't be insecure about it. Listen, one thing about what we talking about today, you know, the bottom line is, I think the root thing is, in order to be a good friend, you can't be insecure. If you're gonna be a good friend, you can't be insecure, because here's right here, you can't call out potential in nobody if you insecure. You got to be secure in who you are as that friend. That's the bottom line with this friendship. That's the bottom line with this friendship stuff. You have to be secure. Your heart got to be right. Because you can't call out potential in nobody if you got a little envy in you. You can't call out potential in nobody if you truly don't want to see them get everything that God got for them. You can't call out the potential. You can't call out the potential if you really don't believe they got the potential. Right. They don't even see nothing in you. It don't mean that nothing's in there, but they don't see it. They're not even looking for it. Because again, remember what we said earlier, we looking for friends we can have fun with and have a good time with. So if that's all friendship is for you, you're not even looking to see, man, you know what, Dan got a real good gifting in this right here. You know what, maybe you should try, you know, boom.
I got to jump in.
Jump in, please.
The reason I'm talking about mental health so much, Cletus Cassidy.
Okay.
That's my comedy mentor. I'm doing comedy. I said, man, I'm doing comedy, but I want to be. He said, let me tell you something. You got an avenue that a lot of people don't have. Get that avenue. Get it. And then do the comedy. I'm not saying you ain't no good comedian, but that's your lane. I got 3 tight friends, Mike Civils, Cletus Cassidy, and my partner in Maryland. We all encourage each other. No envy whatsoever.
See, that's good though, because again, he can tell you that because he ain't threatened by your lane.
He ain't threatened by my lane.
He ain't, but at the same time, he see you.
Correct.
Like, you know what? Man, if you just go over there right there, boy, you gonna run down that. Because he's seeing something that you might not even be seeing. It's, you know, I'm telling you, man, if your heart right as a friend, you don't have no problem saying, hey, bro, any kind of tip, any kind of information, any kind of like, bro, you might want to, it might be something you can ready to jump on, but because it's so good, I got to tell Dan or not, hey, bro, like, hurry up, man, you got to do it before 1 o'clock, though. Right. You excited. You don't keep that to yourself, and then when y'all get together, hey, man, y'all hear about the, No, I ain't hear about it. You did it. So you did it. Then say nothing. Then you gonna come in here and ask us, did we hear about it? Well, no, I didn't hear about it because you didn't tell me. But you went and got it, though. Could have been available to all of us. No, it's something with that, y'all.
You hitting on some points.
Why can't you put that, y'all, you put everything else in the group chat. You asked us, did we see who hired the football coach? Soon as it come on, soon as the alert come on ESPN, you in the group chat. Trying to see did anybody know about that. Well, when you saw the thing come across CNN for me to get some benefit or to me to get some, you need to put that in the group chat. Because if you honest with yourself, you're not able to push and encourage and support and uplift your friends because you got something, it's something deep rooted. You got to make sure you got your heart right if you're gonna be a good friend. Then you got to have shared hope. Point them back to their faith and their why during their seasons of doubt. So that just go back to, listen, we can have fun and hang out and all that, but can you pray for me? You know, can you make sure that, you know, I'm again, it's back to that character piece, that integrity. Can you make sure I'm doing the right things? Can you know, keep me on track? Don't let me veer too far. That's what we need a lot too. Like, you know, it's we talked earlier about being honest with our friends and stuff like that, you know, and I think, you know, a good friend, you know, helps their friends with their boundaries.
This my I gotta jump in again.
Please jump in. That's why we're here. That's why we're here.
This my motto for this year.
Okay.
I told my kids and we can be lane assist. When you driving a car and you got on lane assist, when you getting out your lane, what it do? It boom.
Push you right back over.
It don't give you no criticism. It just say, hey,
there you go.
You getting out your lane.
It don't do what?
It don't give you no criticism.
It just
get you back in your
lane.
Right
on up.
That God gave me that beginning of the year to be there for my kids, and that I'm your lane assist. Now, you can ignore that lane assist.
That's good.
And all
That's
over.
Good.
But the lane assist is there.
That's good. Your friend should be a lane. And I like it because you're right. I don't got to. Now, sometimes we can sit down and have the conversations and all that. Sometimes it ain't nothing but.
There you go.
We ain't got to do all that. Just bump you right on. And that's what that lane assist do. And then here's what we got to do. Just take that bump and, oh, shoot.
Right back. Yeah.
Get back.
Because, see, what we do sometimes, just to stay with the analogy, we'll turn it off. Because you get tired of it sometimes. Yeah. You get tired of that lane assist. Or what it do is, for those of y'all who like me and don't always put your blinker on, you really trying to switch lanes. And you trying, and then you got to fight it. You can still get over, but you got to fight it. Yeah. And so when you get tired of fighting, you turn the lane assist off. And so what some of us do, we hurt those relationships that are healthy. Sometimes we hurt the healthy friendships because they are that lane assist, and we mess the friendship up because we turn the lane assistance off because we don't want you to keep me in my boundaries. I don't want to keep fighting you. So sometimes we the ones, they ain't insecure, they helping you stay in your boundary. And you tired of fighting, and then you want to turn the lane assist off. That was good. That was good right there, Bernard. You got anything for that?
I can't comment on that one.
Listen, also, y'all, the small stuff. Send a quick text or a note just to say you thinking of them. Both of y'all said y'all friends, y'all do just that. We already said that. I told y'all the same thing, my friends. I think, at a certain point, in a relationship, it comes to a time where it's just that. Sometimes you don't need grandiose. You don't need nothing, nothing extravagant. It's just that every now and then, bro, how you doing? Mm-hmm. Checking on you. I know you're dealing with a lot. I know you got a lot of pressure on you. You good? And sometimes that's all you need. We don't need no long, drawn-out conversation. I don't need to talk right now or whatever. I just need to know somebody will at least thinking about me.
Yeah.
And I can always count on that friend. I got one friend. We all kind of say we love you now. But I got one friend, he didn't mind. He always say, love you, man. We be like, oh, here you go, man. All right, love you too, man. Love you too. But it's like, you know what? No, man, I love you, man.
Yeah.
I love you, man. You doing all right? So it's just the small stuff, man. I'm gonna end like this. Check your hearts. Check your hearts. For yourself, for your friends, because you started off this morning with it's both ways. When we look at this friendship thing, it's your friends, but it's you too. Like, you a friend. And if you feel like you don't have the kind of friend, or you don't think your friends are operating correctly, again, don't look at them first. Look at you first. What you putting out? Are you doing these things? Are you loyal? Are you honest? Are you willing to sacrifice? Are you giving the encouragement? Because remember you said we'll be expecting things that we not putting out. And so you got an attitude with friends because you feel like they not doing this, that, and the third. And if they was, you ain't reciprocating it. So sometimes you make the initiative. And I think sometimes we can have a circle of friends, I said a little while ago, that there's just no know-how. Sometimes it ain't no bad intentions. We just ain't been taught. We don't know. And so what I'm saying is, if you're the friend that's feeling a certain type of way, you just be the one to make the initiative. You start it. Because the circle it just is what it is down. We just moving. We don't even know we not moving right. We friends, man. We had a good time. We hanging out. We ain't thinking about character. We ain't thinking about integrity. We ain't thinking about pushing you. I don't even feel like I got no responsibility to help you grow. We're not even thinking like that. So if you feel like that, you be the one to start it. You be the one that, when y'all get together, man, we can't always just come together and just talk about nothing. Can we have a serious conversation today, man? Look, turn the music down, man. Let's talk about some real stuff today. I want to know how y'all doing now, man. Like, how the kids, man? What's going on now? Now, what's going on with this particular kid? Because y'all friends, y'all know we ain't going to keep just, throwing water under the bush or going around the bush. No, the bottom line is back to having them honest conversations. It's like, no, let's sit down today and talk. Like, you be the one that start paying for lunch. Y'all don't go nowhere. It's like, man, you be the one that start bringing the juice and the sodas to the party. You be the one that start reaching out. You be the one, and then it's show it. Be the example, and then watch how you lead the rest of your friends. Watch how your friends start following suit, not because they have to, but because of the example that you putting in front of them. So sometimes you frustrated because your mind might already be maturing a little bit. You see what I'm saying? Your mind, you already starting to think. You got dad at home that's telling you certain things. Look out for this, watch out for that. You move like this, move like that. Everybody don't have that information being given to them. You might got to be the leader in your group that just started. You ain't going to get it back even. It ain't going to be reciprocated immediately. You just be the example. Be the example. Oh, this how you do when, somebody going through. Oh, man, Danny just showed up. I had an activity, and I didn't invite him. I didn't even know he knew about it. But you saw it online, and you just, I'm just going to pull up. I ain't got nothing to do. It's Friday night, but I ain't doing that. I don't got no plans. I'll go over here. Just pull up. And eventually, it'll start to catch on with your friend group, and then hopefully it'll start to become reciprocated. And then now after a certain while, if it's not reciprocated, then we got to have conversations. Hey, y'all, this not happening. Boom, boom, boom. And then hopefully it changes. And then if not, then we got to decide, is this a friendship I need to continue? But sometimes you be the one to start it. But start it with a pure heart. To me, everything, it comes back down to the heart. That friendship, man, if you're going to have a real, true friendship, it starts with the heart. Your heart got to be clear, even in friendships. Because, again, if you don't have a pure heart, you'll feel away when friends buy a new house, whatever it may be. It don't even got to be nothing big. It's just check your heart. Check your heart. Listen, I hope, y'all got anything else? You want to close out? You got anything to close out? A closing saying?
I wrote a book. I ain't want to put that out there like that. I wrote a book.
Tell us.
Listen, I did. I wrote a book, Laughing in the Dark, Healing in the Light, and it got questions at the end that ask you those questions.
Okay.
Who do you need to apologize to? Who do you sit with when you going through?
That's good.
Who can you call when you going through? It makes you think.
That's good.
After you read that chapter, what I was saying that I felt like I didn't have that. So I'm asking people, who do you have? And if you don't have that, it's time to find that.
That's good. That's good.
So that's what this season should be all about. Finding that person. Not that I can just, woe is me, and they woe is me back.
Yeah. We don't need no pity parties.
We don't need them people.
Yeah.
Everybody want the trauma bond. I know too. No. That real, let's heal. That's real, let's grow.
Yes.
So that's what this season is for me. Let's just be lane assist.
I love that lane assist. You got any closing words, man? If you had to tell your generation anything about friendships, what would you tell them?
I would probably say try to get rid of it's a spirit of almost pity. Well, not pity, but feeling sorry for yourself. When you, I'm trying to think of the word, I can't think. But when you feel like there's always a reason that you should be down, or there's something always weighing against you, that's gonna flow into everything else. Like if you feel like I can't get to where I want to get to because I'm like this, it's gonna flow off into your friendships. Whether they bleed, it's contagious. Like I said, it's a spirit. So I stop feeling sorry for ourselves. Somebody's always gonna hate. If somebody's not hating on you, you're not doing right. You're not excelling. So, it's always going to be somebody that's pushing down on you or hating on you. So, you got to push past those things because it's contagious, and that's going to bleed into your friendships.
That's good. That's good. Listen, I hope y'all enjoyed today. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Renard, for being with us on this morning. And, man, listen, everybody wants good friends, but the real work is becoming a healthy friend. Become a healthy friend. And I'm going to end with something Renard said. I love it. Who do you need to apologize to? Don't listen to today and just look at it as what your friends need to do. I hope my friend was watching today. No, look inward. Ask yourself, who do I need to apologize to? Is it a friend? Is it somebody out there that you haven't been the best friend to yourself, that maybe you need to apologize to? Take this opportunity, man. Take the rest of this afternoon and just think about that. Man, I could have been better here. I could have been better there. And it don't mean it was anything horrible. It's just, you know what, bro, man, my bad. I should have pulled up. I should have supported, or I should have did that, man. I'm going to make sure, from here on out, I'm going to do a little bit better today, man. They had a panel at church today, man, and convicted me a little bit. So as I leave y'all today, think about that person. Find that person, that friendship that you need to apologize to. It may be somebody that even calls you today. Maybe you'll get the phone call today. So we hope that we were able to help you today. God bless you all. Listen, before we let you get out of here, before we leave, we got to give somebody here the opportunity to make what we believe is the best decision you could ever possibly make, which is to accept Jesus as your Lord and Savior, rededicate your life to Christ, or become a partner of this amazing church. And you can do so by scanning the QR code that you see on the screen. Now unto Him who is able to keep us from falling and to present us faultless before the presence of His glory, to the only wise God, our Savior, be glory and majesty, dominion and power. I call each and every one of us blessed in the city, blessed in the field, blessed when we come, and blessed when we go. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Love y'all. Have a great week.